Okay, so today I'll be showing how to use these different kinds of templates. This specifically will be for table throws. So we get table throws through WSDISPLAY and then sometimes through B2. So go to B2. Let's look at the job itself. And then I usually look at the dollar amount and then what exactly it is. So we know that we're looking for the one that lands at 17. Typically this should have the SKU number in here. That would be ideal. So it's six-sided, or sorry, 6 foot, four-sided. So we're gonna go into here, go to table throws, find what we need, and then go down and download the four-sided closed back, right? Yeah, four-sided. So closed back, so there you go. So we'll download this. We're gonna find where we need to save it. Should be at the top. So I'm gonna change my view so it's a little easier. Okay. Open in here. I'm actually gonna save over that one because it came up weird because it should be colored, not white like the one. Okay. So file open. Where'd that work? That's the other one. File open. Okay, so a lot of times I'll just open the template. Okay, so it's doing the same thing for me. It's not any different. So a lot of times I'll just turn on and off these eyeballs just to kind of see what goes where. Okay, so because I know that these are my lines, I'm gonna unlock this one and take a few of these lines. Because I'm ultimately going to need them. And it would just make life easier if they were up there. So I'm gonna drag and drop. And then I'll lock that one because that's everything that we want up there. So I can just get rid of this back one. It's just messing with layers. And I usually just turn on and off what I to see what's what and then lock what you want to keep and then unlock what you don't. And I can either just delete this layer like this or just hit Control A and delete. Either works. Okay, so now we're going to work on the artwork layer. So we're going to leave this locked. Yeah, because I can't touch anything, so there shouldn't be any white there. So ultimately, this customer is getting the same artwork, just on a typical non-stretch tablecloth. So I'm not sure why it's being hung up over there. It's weird. I'm going to group it. I'm centering. So I have an action key that centers both. So basically what I did is I aligned a line like that just to get it close. And then, because these are pretty close, so I was going to draw a rectangle behind everything, make it this color. I'm locking that, so I'm hitting Control 2 on the keyboard, but you can also go to Object and Lock as well, whichever. I'm switching to the, you can't really see what I'm doing. Make another layer so you can see it. So if I turn off the layer that we just created, which is all this is that rectangle. See, that's all that is. But you'll see if I turn that layer off, we still have this shape. So we're just getting rid of this green shape. So we can either ungroup, a lot of times I'll double click into it and then just get rid of the green part. So just hit delete. So that white should still be there. It is. So we'll turn that back, layer back on. So just make sure this is kind of centered in this area. There's a couple ways to do this. You can just eyeball it, kind of like that. Or you can just draw a box. Make sure that whatever you're centering is grouped. See how it's grabbing that as well. So click ungroup all, grab that group. I'm using Control G on my keyboard. That's why I'm showing the keyboard down here. So group. So these two, I hit shift, so I selected both, and I'm gonna center a line like this. That was already centered. Put this one here. Right here is the align to. We don't want it to be, this is for artboard, this is for selection, and this is for key. So I'm gonna actually select the key one. So when you hit key, the one that's highlighted is the one that it'll listen to. So that becomes the boss, I guess. I don't know how else to say it, but it listens to that one, right? So at this point we can hit center, click off of it. Move this one up. And do the same thing. Center. Oh, I didn't do it. See how that shifted? That's because I had this one selected and it centered them together and wasn't listening to either of the boxes. So I want it to listen to this box. I'm gonna hit key. Now it's listening to that one. And if something happens that it's making the other one the key, see how that's currently selecting the words to be the key? We just select the one that we want. And then now we can center. So that's that. I like to switch arrows back and forth a lot, so you'll notice that the arrow changes from black to white a lot. So white, that'll get rid of this one. Okay. So that's our proof. Again, I always kind of prefer to just copy, make a little 8.5 by 11 down here. Control F, that's going to place it right back in it. So make sure that this all looks good. So this wasn't filled in, so we got to make sure that we're filling this in. I'm not sure if they're going to pick up from us or if we ship directly to them. I'll look at their previous order, in which case I'll fill that in. But when I go to select one of these two, if you hit Shift X, it'll invert these on the keyboard. So I'll double check that. But ultimately, oops. We don't need that one anymore. No. So then for this, because it's going to pull the template, we can unlock that, unlock this, and select everything. So switch it to black arrow. And then I usually hold Alt to make a duplicate of it. Hit Control G to lock or to group all of this together. And then I just touch the artboard where the proof's going to go, then retouch what I need to put there, and then hit F12. And that should put it where we need it. So then there's our proof. And then we'll be able to hit F3 to export the proof. And then, yes, it does export this one as well, but this one's there too. It's just easier for all of these to remain in the same folder or in the same file. So yeah, that's it. That's how to work with templates. It's just a lot of clicking around and just paying attention to when you can see things and when you can't. So when I go to actually send this proof to, when I go to vend it, I'll turn this off. Usually I just delete it because sometimes it shows up anyway. So you can just do that by selecting it and then hitting the trash can, that'll delete it. But ultimately the print file looks like this. We're choosing the template to make sure everything falls where we want it to fall. So I hope that helps. And I'm going to save this before I get to far along. And I'm just going to save everything. It's right there. And there we go. And that file name should be correct now.